This is Mr. Ridley at the York Catholic District School Board. In this video, first video, we had tutorial 1. We drew the outside edge, we extruded it across, and we created 2 channels on either end. And this one, we're going to add some more modifications to it, or add some features to it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here and get my tape measure tool, and I'm going to measure from here across, and I can see it's 110. I want to put the line in the center, so that would be 55. I want to create another line, construction line to that one over here, 15. And from here back 15. And now let's have a peek at it from this view to make sure it's symmetrical. And you can see it is, which is good. And now I want to go 15 millimeters up from here. I'm going to create a cut through there. So I'm going to use my box. I'm going to draw a line box from there to here. Now, if it doesn't grab that end, you can specify the size, but you can see it is grabbing that end, so we're good. And now I'm going to right click, press pull tool, and I'm going to press pull that right through to there, and it cuts it through. And if it doesn't cut it through, what you can do is if it leaves a line across there, just come and delete that line, and it'll create a channel right through. Okay, so now I'm going to create another channel going through this way. So I'm going to use my guides again. And I'm not going to measure from here across to here because then the guide will be up in the air. Instead, I'm going to go measure from my guide from there into here, and I can see it's 20 millimeters. So I'm going to go halfway with that. I'm going to come here and I'm going to go 10 millimeters. And then I'm going to go 10 millimeters up. Then I'm going to create the channel. I'm going to go 3 millimeters on either side. So excuse me. Five there. 5 here. Nope, it didn't quite do it. So it's a good idea to double check every time you do that. Guide, grab the center, walk over this way, 5. There. And now I'm going to use my rectangle tool again. Come down into here, draw a line, draw a rectangle from there to there. Go through with it, and it's created a tunnel all the way through. Now I want to come over here. I'm going to add a feature on the top of this one. I'm going to find out what this distance from here to here is, and it's 45, so 22.5 millimeters. And then I'm going to find out how far it is from here to here, which is 35, so half of that is what, 17.5. Whoops. Do that. Line up 17.5. Now I'm going to create my diameter, so I'm going to go in here and grab my center tool or circle tool, come out here and make it 12.5 millimeters. I'm going to pull that. I'm going to pull it up 65 millimeters. And there we go. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come and I'm going to sit on top of that face. I want to find the center of it, so I'm going to go like this and that, and that'll give me the center. And maybe 10 millimeters. 100. 110. I keep forgetting that's radius. So 5. 10 millimeter hole through, so grab that hole, walk down through here. Just touch there so you know it comes through, and then the hole comes right the way through, and it looks good. You can see all the surfaces there. Okay, so now we'll do something a bit more challenging on the other end. First, what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete all the guides because they're all over the place. So I want to find the edge of this over, so that's 22.5, and then from here to here is 17.5. Circle right there, and I'm going to make it 12.5, which is a 25 millimeter hole. And then I'm going to come in here and I'm going to bring it down to there. And if you look though, it doesn't cut it through. You can just see it's partially. And if you look down, it's got a solid on the bottom. Now, this part is where it gets a little bit tricky, because if you're not careful, you can delete faces, because this isn't a solid. This is made up of faces. You can imagine like plywood here and plywood there. That's the way it is. You can convert it to a solid later, but it's not a solid right now. It's called surfaces. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to grab this guy again, and I'm going to grab him. I'm going to walk right down to that. I'm going to grab him, and I'm going to do the same thing down to there. I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to grab this one, and I'm going to bring him down to there. Now, what it is it still has a blockage. You can see how it is. So now, you got to very carefully, and sometimes you get this wrong, just click undo. You got to very carefully pick which lines you're deleting. So I'm going to delete that one, and delete this one. And I'm going to try deleting, I think it's this, and there you go. And that looks good. You can see the surfaces. I think we can delete that too. Yes. Now you can see what I've got is I got a surface all the way through here, and I got a surface all the way through here and all the way through. So it doesn't look like there's anything missing, because you can accidentally do this, and I'll show you what I mean by looks bad. If you click something like this, and now you can see a section's missing. You can see inside the object. So that part might take a little doing. You know, tinker around with it, delete some lines. If it doesn't look right, you could bring it back, because it doesn't take much to wash. I'll show you. See, there you go. That's exposed everything, so all the surfaces are gone. So that's something you have to be careful with. It's a little bit more challenging with Google SketchUp, but it does work. So that's it. The next video coming back, I'm going to show you how to make some modifications to an existing drawing. A little bit more challenging again, but for right now, that's good.